To politics now, Minnesota Congresswoman Angie Craig joining the list of Democratic lawmakers seeking the resignation of Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Tonight, we are digging deeper into this call for action as the White House's support for Kennedy continues. Craig's demand, as she notes in a letter dated today, comes 24 hours after the HHS leader testified before a Senate committee. Craig wrote, quote, "It is clear to me that HHS under your leadership is headed in the wrong direction. I think every dedicated public servant at HHS who stands in defense against your attacks on every American's health. Mr. Secretary, for the sake of HHS and for the sake of our country, resign," end quote. Craig mentioned last week's firing of the CDC director as an attempt by Kennedy to censor officials who have stood up for science. She described Kennedy's time on the job as being largely devoid of science-based policy making. She said his Thursday testimony before the Senate Finance Committee showed how little Kennedy knows about what is going on inside his own agency. In her letter, Craig also brought up the Minneapolis mass shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church. She accused Kennedy of spreading disinformation and publicly stating claims that antidepressants and psychiatric drugs, quote, might be contributing to violence. That was also a claim made yesterday by Minnesota DFL Senator Tina Smith, who serves on the Finance Committee. Here's a clip from the interaction between Smith and Kennedy.
I have no idea, and I never said that. You're making it up. You're twisting. Yeah, you are.
Secretary
you are being
Kennedy,
dishonest right now.
If you want to talk about mental health and gun violence in this country, if you want to talk about mental health and gun violence in this country, we should be talking about that, because that's what the parents of Annunciation.
The White House praised Kennedy's combative testimony yesterday. A spokesperson writing in part, quote, the hearing showed exactly why President Trump put Secretary Kennedy in charge of HHS to fix this system, this broken system that has overseen America's unprecedented chronic disease crisis. While Democrats play street theater and call for blindly throwing even more money at the problem, the Trump administration is focused on using evidence-based gold standard science to truly make America healthy again, end quote. KTDC reached out to Minnesota Republican Congressman Brad Finstead for his take on Democratic calls for Kennedy's resignation and the HHS Secretary's job performance. We have not received a response at this time.